guys, we're back here today with hopefully with a diesel tip. Today we're working on a 1999 F350 Super Duty with a 7.3 liter diesel. It has a slow coolant leak at the water pump outlet. So today we're going to replace the outlet and also the thermostat because it has a gasket made to it. And let's see, we'll flip this camera around. Okay, here we go. Alright, we're going to be using Motorcraft parts. Typically have the best results using OEM parts in most applications. See our thermostat, the gasket's made to it, and a new housing. Also, it's a good idea to replace the housings, inlets and outlets when you're doing water pumps, due to the fact these have a tendency to rust, especially around where the radiator hoses will mount, made up, and they make poor sealing conditions, having a bunch of rust and scale all built around it. Let's see, we might be able to see this. Let's see, I'll go down in here like this. And it's kind of hard to see today. The vehicle's been sitting for a little bit. But it has some rust on it. I believe this water pump has been replaced previously. It's a good friend of mine's truck, and we're also going to get rid of this squeeze clamp. Very common with age that they will lose their tension and also allow radiator hoses to slowly leak, which very well could be the possibility, but we got this residue underneath it as well, and it's just rusted. So we're going to go ahead and replace both of those today. So what we're going to do here, we're going to go ahead and loosen this radiator reservoir. We call it degas bottle in the diesel world. And this truck is a 2-wheel drive, so it's very low. So we're going to jack this guy up and start draining the coolant. Okay, so we're going to be going under the vehicle. A lot of guys may laugh, but yes, we wear protection for our hands and our eyes. We keep any of this chemicals from getting absorbed through our skin and making its way into our liver, or also in our eye, for that fact. So we're going to show you where the drain is. This truck has an aftermarket radiator, so the drain is just going to be a T-style, where an OEM will be a 3/4 inch wrench or 19mm wrench will turn it. This is going to be our drain. I'll just loosen this guy up, and there we go, look good and tight. Let this puppy drain. We'll just drain this into a bucket until we get it low enough to replace the thermostat housing, the water pump outlet. Okay, so we went ahead and slid the hose clamps back on both ends. I'm going to replace both of these squeeze clamps with actually worm clamps. But this is, I'll show you a prime example of why we want to replace these inlets and outlets of the water pump when you're doing replacement. It's just more of a preventive maintenance item. But y'all look at that. Look at all that rust on there. And now see, in the cooling system itself is clean. And there you can see the green coolant, and there's a little bit of debris that fell down in there. But we're replacing the thermostat, so that's okay. But see, that makes a hard time for a hose to seal to it. So we're going to go ahead and replace that. We're going to take these 3 bolts. There's 2 there, 1 in the back. They're 8mm bolts. And we'll take them guys out and then get that bad boy replaced. Okay, we got our hose off. We got all 3 bolts out of the outlet. So you just probably going to have to bump this thing with like a rubber mallet. This one was kind of stuck, but it is. I went ahead and freed it up. So yeah, look at this guy. Here's our see, this is a 1999, and we're in 2019. This is a 10-year-old piece here. Yeah, all right. And also, this thermostat was stuck in the housing fairly well. I had to give it a little tug on that. It's very important that you do put it back in the original orientation where let me get her out of there. Come on now, get on out. See well, that's part of the problem there. The seal. Not what we want. Come on out of there now. Alright, yeah, okay. Back to where we were. Yeah, we want to make sure this guy is facing back down and like that. And some of the debris that fell from the hose. On this particular truck, I'm going to go ahead and replace this upper hose, but for tonight and for video purposes, we're going to reuse it. Went ahead and cleaned it out. But if you'll notice, it's bell mouth. Might be hard to see on camera. There, you can see it a little bit there. Yeah, it's a little bell mouth. It's softer than I'd like it to be. This is an upper radiator hose, so it tends to see the most heat coming out of that thermostat. So this one's a little softer than I would like. This is appears to be the original, or maybe it's been replaced once, but it's not like I would like to be in. We want to do a little preventive maintenance. We already got it off, but for video purposes, we're going to reuse this guy. All right, so we're going to grab our new thermostat. This fella here. It's probably original. They originally came that way with a gasket on top and separate. The new, I don't know necessarily if it's updated. It does look slightly different, or this one could potentially. Okay, this is an aftermarket one. It is a motor rad. Appears to be aftermarket. We're gonna go back using the original equipment again. I don't know if this says a Motorcraft on it or not. I don't see it, but anyhow. So we're gonna set this guy. You want to clean off this. Make sure there's no debris sitting down in that. This is already good. I've already cleaned it. So we're gonna drop that thermostat right back down in its housing. Kind of push it down around where the seal is, and we're gonna go ahead. Set this guy back on the new outlet. Go ahead and install these bolts. Get the hose installed, and we're going to put worm clamps on it and do away with these squeeze clamps. They just lose tension as they get older. I can squeeze this one a little bit. Anyway, be right back. Okay, now we got the new hose on there and on here. I just put this hose clamp back on. It's actually what my buddy had on it already. It's not really tight, but more or less to hold it from the belt. If you use this hose, this is a Gates hose. This truck is a single alternator, but if you use the dual alternator hose here, it goes behind the belt. So if you ever have to remove the belt, you don't have to take the hose off. The original hose would go through the belt down to the thermostat. But what you want to do is top the coolant off, bring it to operating temperature, and verify you have a proper level. And then that's pretty much it. I hope this video was helpful for some of you guys. If you like, you can give me a like or subscribe to the channel. Thank you.